Looks like I won't be listening to my new vinyl record. Thanks, USPS. Oh, thanks, man. Really cool. Just super awesome. I just bought this thing for like $50. It's not like I wanted it or anything. And look, I get it. Delivery drivers don't know what's in packages, but I feel like for the past while we've been shipping vinyl records in these packages, so drop it by the door, please. My dad does this to avoid cutting pepperoni. Okay, I see the vision. I just don't know if the vision is good. You can't use ink purchased with the service after canceling. Instant ink subscription cartridges will no longer work after my final billing cycle ends, even if they are already installed in my printer. I need to purchase store-bought What? Why? How have we gone this far in society and we thought, yeah, subscription-based printer ink cartridges, that's where we need to go. My friend bought me a Switch game for my birthday. The download code, instead of being on the card itself, is on the receipt. He no longer has the receipt. I mean, like, I guess I understand for the sake of people could just run in and steal the cards, but did they not tell you it's on the receipt? Like, what's happening? My girlfriend got this at her job while on lunch break today. You have made a great accomplishment. This reward goes to insert name for your perfect attendance last week. Your reward is an extra 5 minutes on your morning break for a total of 10 minutes to use during the week of 12/25. Please have this paper signed the day you would like to use it. Like, I want to be surprised that this is insane and never happens, but unfortunately, in the world we live in, it's very common. It's infuriating that we grow up and end up being treated like toddlers at work. Yup, and she takes care of toddlers for her job, LOL. Exactly how they're treated over there. Does she want a little snack and a nap time? I mean, hell, even that's better than what they're just getting offered. I would love to have a little snacky and some nap time at work. I booked an Airbnb, then received this message from the host. A few hours later, they canceled the stay. I've made the necessary changes. I'm with the Airbnb hotline. Your father is in the deceit. Dumplings. Your mother was kicked off by 7 nighters. Your mother was kicked off by 7 nighters. I don't even... What happened to my father? What happened to my mother? Dumplings? What are we talking about? Was he drunk? Or is this some sort of Google Translate disaster? Sounds like insults from the 1500s. Your sister is a knave and your brother dines with imps. Sorry for the loss of your mom. I hope they catch the 7 nighters. Thanks for your well wishes. Nearly choked on a piece of shredded plastic from my milkshake. Looked inside and it's half of a cup. WTF? I mean, that doesn't look that bad. Like, it just looks like a couple pieces and oh my, what kind of monstrous horror is that? How do you even figure out that that is a cup? Smart appliances were a mistake. WTF? Why is my LG washing machine using 3.6 gigabytes of data a day? You know, that's actually a valid concern. Why is the washing machine connecting to the Wi-Fi? Is it looking up tutorials on how to wash? I have been mistaken for my boyfriend's mother twice. I mean, you look a little similar, sure, but I mean, you're both fine. You don't look exactly the same. Like, maybe it's the glasses? I can't really tell, though. Once with a profile picture on Facebook by a distant relative, picture no longer available, and once by a nurse at the hospital, wearing masks. We've been dating for only 3 years, and I'm 2 years older. You don't look old, but the glasses are kinda old lady glasses, so it can make you look old. Yeah, it's 100% the glasses. I can imagine being confused if she wears a mask and those glasses despite her young face, if you look closer. People rendering the concept of reusable cups useless. POV, you have a cup to match every outfit. I'll never understand kids these days buying all different kinds of colors of Stanley cups just to go with outfits, but none of these kids will ever have the nerve, the gall, the gumption to put on those skates, get out on the ice, and fight for that real Stanley Cup. I don't actually watch hockey, I don't understand people buying this many cups. Phone call from the funeral home. Oh, you never want to get that. My husband passed away in 2019. Just before Christmas, I received a phone call from the funeral home. Started off really friendly, asking how I've been, ready for the holidays, etc. I thought they were calling clients as a nice gesture, 'cause, you know, holidays and grief. Instead, she says, Have you and your husband had time to review the information for purchasing your plots for the future? I know it's been a while since you visited us. I honestly didn't know what to say, and to make matters worse, she was on speaker with my daughter in the car. I let her know that yes, it has been some time since I visited, because my husband passed in 2019, and he is already buried there. I was so mad at the insensitivity of that phone call. I do hope that funeral home employee felt very embarrassed after hearing them say that. The type of day my best friend is having. I'd be pretty livid, honestly. Like, I go through the extra work to help protect my package and, also give some steps on, this is what you should do, make it super simple, and yet it's still done wrong. I'm not blaming the employee. They probably hate their job too. I get it, but come on. Been sleeping in my car for the past year and found her tied to a effing pole outside my car when I woke up. No, why? Why do people ever just dump animals? I don't get that. Bring it to a shelter at least, or find a friend. I brought her in and held her till she stopped shaking. I went to the store and got her some wet food and a bag of treats. She didn't want either of those things, so I shared some chicken with her, which she devoured. She's wagging her tail, and when I set her on my blanket in the back seat, she jumps back up front in my lap. I'm just gonna let her chill on me. Her nails are the longest I've ever seen, curled all the way back around. Might see if she'll let me cut them. Now I'm off to find a bowl for water. I can't imagine how scared she is right now. I mean, hey, you can also look at it like this. You just got a free dog. Obviously not the best circumstances how you two came together, but I'm sure you'll treat that dog a lot better than the people that decided, let's just tie it to a pole and leave. This is your Grubhub driver, blank. I have arrived. Hello, I brought your order. Can you come and get it? Captain, please, thank you. I said in the delivery instructions that I can't come down because I have an injured ankle. Please come up. I'm sorry, I can't take the elevator. You can come and pick up your package. I left it all on the truck table. Yeah, hey bud, that's not what I asked you to do. I'm the one paying you. I often wonder why these companies even bother including a delivery instruction section because as someone at an address that needs a short explanation of where to go, I find it very rare that they actually have read it. Mine hasn't changed in years. Leave food on yellow bin outside door. There is one door. There is one yellow bin. Both are clearly visible from the road and almost directly underneath the address. But about half of the time I get a phone call asking me to come get the food. And if I don't answer, they leave with my food and mark it delivered. I have a security camera that I can use to prove they didn't deliver the food, but it still means I have to wait for the next clueless driver to show up, be willfully blind, and then call me to do half of their job for them. Joke's on them though, I leave the tip on the yellow bin. If they can't find it, no tip. Okay, now I'm 50-50 because I do think there's a lot of disrespect towards food delivery drivers. There is some quality issues Uber Eats and DoorDash could work on who they hire, but at the end of the day, they probably saw your order with no tip and assume you're just not gonna do anything, so why would they go the extra mile at that point? They're expecting nothing. Not saying it's okay, but I get it. Our physics exams were accidentally thrown out. Dear students, there's no easy way to say this. If you took your final exam from December 12th to the 14th, the testing center accidentally threw out your exam packet. This is obviously an extremely disappointing development, and I have escalated this to the Dean of the School of Science. A meeting will take place later this week, in part to determine what changes should be made to the testing center's operating procedure. But for now, we are stuck with the situation in hand. You now belong to two groups, the packets and the lost packets. After considering several options and consulting with other faculty, here is what we will do. I will calculate your final exam grade two ways, and you will get the best of the two. This applies to everyone, both packets and lost packets. Scoring method 1. If your exam packet is lost, i.e. you took your exam on December 12th through the 14th, you have the option to schedule a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me where I will ask you basic questions about your process of solving the free response problems. I will then assign partial credit based on our discussion. If I do have your exam packet, i.e. you took your exam on December 15th through the 16th, I will grade your exam as usual. I guess that works, but in my opinion, I would say let's take the tests we do have and then we'll just average the score for everyone. Obviously not super fair, but I don't know. I'm not a teacher and I don't care. Adidas jacket is missing an S. Bought from the official website. Honestly, you could probably sell that for more if it was on the official website, has all of the official tags and everything. Maybe that's just a really expensive misprint. Walked the lot multiple times looking for this unit. Oh god, it just had to be all of the numbers that can be perfectly flipped upside down and you really wouldn't notice anything. My friend was confronted with a threatening note at a guest house in Tokyo. Hello, pig-san. Are you animals? Humans don't steal milk from the refrigerator. I'm monitoring you. You will be eliminated. Next time, my milk. Keep off my milk, you pig. I just love how quickly that devolves into anger. It starts kinda nice and then just ends up with, if you steal my milk, I will hang you and skin you alive. Sorry, I got a little riled up there. Footpath in Germany. Oh, great. I love being able to walk down the sidewalk super easily with nothing obstructing my way. If you do park your car this far off the curb, I think you should be put in jail for at least 30 years. Looks like not everyone's having a smooth holiday. There's almost something quite beautiful about this picture. I mean, because all of these services are down, it's really bringing together so many different communities around the holidays. Especially the gamers. And you know exactly how I was meaning to say that. Bar trivia correct answers are blatantly wrong. What is the name of the dad in the TV show Family Guy? That actually kind of hurt my brain for a second. How do you say Joseph? Joe is the neighbor, sure, but we all know it's Johnny. What are we talking about? Took this picture after it said Margot Robbie played She-Ra in Suicide Squad and Niall Horan was in 98 Degrees. This has to be a bit, right? Whoever made this trivia game has to be trying to mess with the drunk people. There's no other explanation. My gamer tag I've been using for 23 plus years now is suddenly now considered offensive. They always have to make these screens so scary and fear-inducing, unless that's just my anxiety making me a little baby. The gamer tag was Sack Dan Druff, by the way. I think what pisses me off is there is no shortage of racist/bigoted names in COD, but Sack Dandruff is offensive? You know, that does make me question, we should check that code of conduct for the username offensive list, because Sack Dandruff, is it just because you said sack? What if you called yourself Burlap Sack? Is that also offensive? I mean, it just makes me sick, you know? We used to be a country. My boyfriend was given the user Giant Axe from the game itself, and then later it was tagged as offensive and had to change it. The game gave it to him! What? Neighbors installed this to stop trucks from entering our residential area. Fire trucks and ambulances will not be able to go through as well. How does a neighbor go about doing this? What kind of complex are you living in that a neighbor was just allowed to put something up like this? My dad has a handicap placard and walks with a limp post-hip surgery. You should be ashamed of yourself for using this parking and not leaving it for someone who really needs it. I took video of you and your car and will be reporting to supervisor. You don't look handicapped to us. Please be more considerate of the elders. That's my favorite thing when people say you don't look disabled or handicapped. It's yeah. Not all handicaps and disabilities are missing limbs or visible. There are invisible disabilities. I never realized what jerks people could be about this until I was helping a friend out after his heart attack. He already had severe mobility issues and a handicap placard for his car before the heart issues, and while in recovery, he wasn't allowed to drive himself anywhere. So I was helping him with groceries and other things. I literally could not park and get out of the car anywhere without some busybody asking me if I was disabled. No, I'm not, but my passenger, who can barely get out of the car without my help, very clearly is. A lot of people out there really need to learn that special skill known as minding your business. My gag charcuterie board is a little smaller than pictured. Oh, don't worry, I've had this happen to me quite a few times. And I'm not talking about charcuterie boards. You see, because the joke is, my friend won an eBay bid to go collect the item, and this was the response he got. Hey, if you could send me your full address and let me know what time/days you're free so I can come collect. Hi, so sorry, I didn't realize that this was still listed. My husband doesn't want to sell this at the moment. Sorry once again. Oh, if that's the case, then give me my money back. I think this has almost happened to me once, and I did get my money back, but oh my god. Huh? Got scammed ordering a desk online, and Citi denied my dispute. Yeah, that looks like a pretty nice desk. I'd probably buy it. Oh, come on. This feels like the equivalent of, Mom, can you buy me a desk? We have a desk at home, sweetie. My boyfriend's mom re-gifted me this blanket for Christmas that I had recently gifted her for her birthday. I mean, hey, look at the bright side. You bought it because you're like, this is nice. So now you get to keep the nice thing you bought. Sure, the mom is still lazy for it, especially not even trying to get something a little different, but, you know, you got what you bought. My teenager eats all the skin off the rotisserie chicken. Oh, yes. I don't know why I'm getting such a weird reaction to looking at that. And if we're being honest, no, they didn't eat all of the skin. They left the skin on the legs. We can clearly see it. One number away from winning $10 million. I don't even know how I would feel. Like, to be that close and still miss, I'd have to, like, shrivel up and die for a little while. To be fair, 0.0000000 is also only one number away from $10 million. This is how the luggage containing my PlayStation arrived. No way, dude. No way the TSA guys broke into your suitcase just to steal your PS5. I at least hope it's a PS5, unless it was like a PS2, then what? So my BF made me a bracer. That looks really nice. I don't really know what the problem is. That seems really cool. Oh, yeah, he didn't really make it. I mean, in a sense, he made a purchase. Two teen girls got into a hot springs pool last night and proceeded to shoot a TikTok video/IG photos. They were doing their sexy poses. Meanwhile, it was 12 Fahrenheit and myself and other guests were trying to hurry up and get into the pool to warm up. Can you wait until we finish? They asked. No, you self-centered brats. I'm soaking wet, standing on a frozen walkway covered in rock salt with my bare feet, and it's 12 effing degrees. I got in anyways. Others bolted towards a different pool nearby. They asked if I could go to a different pool. No, I wanted this temperature pool, not one of the cooler ones. There's enough room for 10 more people. I paid the entrance fee. There are no specific pool reservations, so everyone else is just supposed to get hypothermia so you could shoot your stupid video? I'm so sick of the entitlement culture. Oh, 12F as in 12 Fahrenheit, not you with a 12-year-old girl. Exactly how I read it. All right, what I'm going to prescribe both of you commenters is to go outside, talk to some real people, and just, you know, as a matter of fact, delete Reddit. You don't need it anymore. This tipping culture is starting to annoyingly spread. Orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered. Are you sure you want to continue? Dashers can pick and choose which orders they want to do. Orders that take longer to be accepted by Dashers tend to result in a slower delivery. Well, hey dog, so the problem here is you should just be tipping them. Or, if you don't want to tip someone, go pick it up. Go pick up your own food. If you don't want to tip for a delivery, go pick it up. That's the rules. If you can't afford to tip, then you can't afford delivery. Those are just the rules. I will forever be grateful to DoorDash and its ridiculous fees for giving me the courage to uninstall the app and start making my own food. Going on 3 years now. I'm at the same point pretty much. Like I have at least deleted all of my cards. I've deleted all of my address information. I'm trying to never get DoorDash or Uber Eats ever again because the financial cost is too much. My company's holidays 2023 versus 2024. 2023 holidays. New Year's, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving. That one feels special. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and 3 floating holidays. Sure, yeah, all pretty standard holidays. Now, what about 2024 and, Hey, manager, looks like we're missing about 5 holidays. What's going on here? Wait, they don't even get Independence Day off anymore? That's like a holiday for everyone. Minus food service, but whatever. No holiday break for 8 months is crazy. Going to be a lot of burnout. Burnout just means you replace them after a performance review. I hate that you're actually speaking the truth right now. I had a dentist fart in my face today. There I was, getting a cavity drilled and filled with a grinder up my tooth and my head forced back, basically between the crotches of the dentist and the dental assistant. It was an upper molar, so they really had me lean back, when all of the sudden I hear it. A soft but clearly audible to everyone, and everyone just continues like nothing happened while I died smelling this through my propped open mouth. Couldn't risk coughing without losing the tooth, so I just had to bask in it. $350 for half an hour of fart inhalation. Yeah, but to some people, $350 for that kind of service is kind of a steal. Rear-facing, blinding lights are now a thing. I have noticed this as a trend, and it is still only with the people with the giant lifted trucks that have no reason to be that tall or that big. They already have a giant LED bar on the front of their car, so now they just get them on the back so they can blind everyone, no matter what direction they're driving. It's great, I love it. The photo doesn't do justice to these cornea-torturing rear lights. Oh no, I believe you, considering they're that bright in daylight? No, they need to be illegal, I think. Bought a pack of sobriety/recovery stickers for my clients. Half of them glorify addiction/relapse. I'd buy some of them, but people in recovery? Not really the move. My 16-year-old sister spent 2 hours cooking Christmas dinner, and my mom won't eat because she's mad that she didn't like her present. I may not entirely know what I'm looking at. There's broccoli, there's chocolate chips, are those like homemade garlic knots? If so, hell yeah, that looks awesome. Not sure what the plate of noodles is, but still, that looks good. Come on, Mom, grow up. Am I terrible? Would this bother anyone else? I just wanted to get new tires and an oil change. The lady keeps accidentally dropping one of their leashes and they keep coming over to me. It's a couple, so I don't understand why one of them couldn't stay home with their horde of dogs. Seems like more work to load up 5 pugs and take up the entire waiting area. I also have a cat and don't want to go home smelling like someone else's dogs. Upon further examination of the photos we have been provided, I will say, you're not terrible. This would be pretty irritating. Sure, like everyone loves meeting dogs out in the wild, because look at these guys. They all look stupid and cute. But then you look underneath, and it looks like the lady has thrown like a big old pile of bones for the dogs to chew on, which clearly they're not paying attention to, and allowing them to enter other people's personal space, like when they're not asking for it. That's really disrespectful. Why can't people just have like common respect in waiting areas and common areas? Like what happened? How my mom decided to put up her decoration. Seasoned with "Is this kitchen love?" Okay, but we're all in agreement that your mom is hilarious, because that's so much better than whatever it originally had designed. Hell of a way to find out your mom is illiterate. Or she's just really good at making bits. It's a conversation piece, really. Honestly, I'd rather just ask for cash. So we have to buy a $60 box of chocolate bars, which I noticed are now only 0.8 ounces when they used to be like 1.5 ounce, sell the whole box, and only $22 of that goes towards an end-of-year trip? Just no. I'd rather donate cash and save myself and my kid the headache, or even do a lemonade stand, or sell bracelets. Seems like the least efficient way to fundraise. Yeah, even just seeing this line where it says, "We're required to pay sales tax on each box, therefore the margin of profit is only 38%. Why are we doing it then? This is so not gonna work as a fundraiser. Who thought of this? Now it's got me thinking about when I was in middle school, we sold like cookie dough. I don't even know why we were doing it. We didn't fundraise anything. Did we just get scammed? My kids went to an elementary school where the PTA passed the hat at meetings for cash donations and said, if we don't get enough donations, we're gonna have to do some sort of fundraiser. They always got enough cash donations. Wow, that's impressive. I've been on the PTA at my kid's school for 5 years now. It's always the same 6 to 10 parents at every meeting, so this wouldn't work for us at all. I borrowed my mom's new car for a week and my bony butt deformed the seat leather. Oh no. Yeah, I don't even know what you do in this situation. It could always be worse. I mean, it's a seat. It's meant to be sat on, so you can't feel too bad. That mug. Happy Father's Day. I don't want to say mugception. I don't want to say mugception. I don't want to say... This is literally the perfect dad gift. This ain't bad. Hotel manager decided to come into my room while I was still in there to paint the door. That didn't even need painting, in my opinion. Yeah, there's no reason he should be in there. And just by his fit alone, I know it's rude to judge books by its cover, but I don't know. I don't trust this guy. And not to say plaid and khaki pants are always a bad combo, but on a guy like this, maybe. I'm staying at a Hampton Inn, and while I'm in the room, I hear somebody attempt to open the door. They must have heard my TV on because they decided to knock rather than attempt the door again. I answered the door, and the hotel manager is standing there with painting supplies. He asked me if he could come in and paint my door. I politely tell him no because I'm still in the room. He says okay and goes away. About an hour later, I hear someone attempt to open my door again. I stand up and go to the door this time, and the manager is back. I don't know if he assumed I'd be gone and was going to paint my door without me knowing, but he had a shocked expression on his face. He again asks if he can paint my door. I give him the same response that I am in the room and don't feel comfortable with him painting the door while I'm in there, nor do I want to smell paint fumes for the rest of my stay. He does not take no for an answer and says he has to paint the door. I told him to come back tomorrow when I have checked out. He said he will not be here tomorrow and he is painting the door. I wasn't about to go back and forth with this man because he was clearly not taking no for an answer and would not go away, and I was nervous he'd come back when I wasn't in the room, so I rather supervise him now than him do it when I wasn't there. Turns out, he ended up going in my coworker's room while she was out and painted her door. P.S. Hampton Inn is not my hotel of choice, but I'm on travel for work and this is the only hotel available in town. Oh yeah, yikes, this is a little terrifying. Not just scary, it's a little terrifying. Sure, if he's running the hotel, he wants to do maintenance and keep it up, but that's not the guest's problem. And if you didn't complain about the door, who cares? Really bad vibes from this one. Corporate has been contacted, and there's an open case against the hotel now because of it. Just absolutely insane. I've never had this happen before. I do maintenance at Hampton Inn, and never in my wildest dreams would I paint in a room with a guest in it. Email about my HP printer. We've alerted you multiple times that this printer had non-original HP cartridges installed. This is your final notice to fix the issue. Remove the indicated cartridges and install original HP cartridges instead. If you continue to use non-original HP cartridges in this printer now or in the future, you will lose HP Plus benefits and features. Using only original HP cartridges is a requirement of your HP Plus printer. What an interesting world we live in, where if I want to buy bootleg ink cartridges because they work better in my printer, no, can't do that. Gotta buy the official stuff for that works the same, I guess. Random stranger using my extra parking stall and then decided to leave me a note. Please park a little further from the line so we can use our spot. Thank you and Happy New Year. Maybe it's just a little misunderstanding. They could be old, or maybe I'm biased because that's the voice I gave them for no reason. 17-year-old darling Yorkie needs foster home. Since we got a new puppy, we find that our beloved 17-year-old Yorkie needs a quieter home than ours now is. Would anyone be willing to foster our dear elderly dog? She is good as gold, but she can't tolerate our new rambunctious puppy. I actually really hate seeing this. Your dog is 17 years old. You know exactly what you're trying to do by passing it off to a foster home because that dog doesn't have that much time left. And of course, nobody wants to deal with the trauma of their pet dying, but you're using your other puppy as an excuse? That's just...